Or save it though. Rapier. I'll be having that as well then. Alright. Older robed man. 4 figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus. An ancient structure of chiseled ardra and metallic finds, ominous and looking like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colourless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from your view. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick grey beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you have ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with 2 protrusions that jut out like the wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
Do-do-do-do. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then, all at once, it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision, and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land, and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and doomed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered or. At the base of the pillar now, you see a man with a thickly grey beard and ceremonial robe crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know his name. You are walking towards him now, at a pace that is hurried while trying not to be so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. I guess I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to quit. I'll walk up there. Wait. Like, no. You awaken to find your molasses broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, But when you look to turn, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tick. If this is sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders of ash. The man you led them is nowhere to be seen. Bearden and Kaliska lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their body twisted and naturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope for receiving treatment before things get worse. So I have earned experience. New stuff when you get leveled. Cool. So I'm going to super duper save here again. Level 2. Technically it's level 2. I'm going to steal my loot back, I guess. Is that what that is? Spooky noises I hear. Spooky noises. Right. So. Was the most, I wouldn't say annoying part, but I want to make sure I have survival up with athletics, and I'm going to take lore. Now, I'm not sure whether lore affects the world or if it's just like outside of conversations and scripted interactions. Lure is loot. Well, yeah, I suppose so. So I may as well take it. I don't think I'm going to be using many scrolls because I'm going to be hoarding them for the wizard and priest. So, and everybody else is either going to be a ranged cipher. I think definitely a ranger, possibly a cipher or whatever characters I have in the midst. We're definitely going to take a deer, which is going to be the fighter, another tank. Pigalone is going to be a barbarian of some repute, but I don't want to make her a tank. We'll have a wizard, we'll have a priest, we get a ranger, we get a cipher, and we get something else, but I'm not entirely sure what that is. Like I say, I've done a lot of research into it, but not really gone that deep into it. So we definitely want lore. Survival, you just want to be up to the point that you want. So do I want to get the increased consumable duration? Or do I just want the damage reduction? I think I'll just take 1 point in survival. I think I'm happy. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but that's what I'm taking. So I am taking a weapon and shield, which grants me +6 deflection, and a bonus also applies reflex. Dodge out of the way of physical harmful. Oh, AoE, yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. Right, and oh, happy days. After leveling a character up, you may want to review their stats. Open your character sheet to see their abilities, skills. Well, I already know what's happening. So.
Nice and slow.
Okay, to say the least. A man in a tourniquet, a bed. Still stealing all the stuff though. Because hey, we need it all. Great. Fell over. Oh, lovely. That's not menacing at all, that is it? A lady, a witch. Presumably. The massive structure is formed of stone, adra, and copper, and covered in strange glyphs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. Anything else I can take? I'll take everything I can get my hands on. I'm getting out of here. Ale or wood? Ale wood. 6 hours. 6 hours. I'll be dead by the time I get there. I can see a ghost. Sort of. Do 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 dip 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 do do. Nice looking corpse there. Scattered pieces of a crate are strewn across the dirt, along with a few muddy etched. I don't think I want to be. What to be doing? Back away, back away, back away. I don't want to be engaging them because it's just me, and it takes forever to kill something. Okay. Do I go for the outlaw or do I go for a nice stealth past you? Nonton. Nonton? Damn thing, come on. On your way south? No, I suppose so. Man wipes his brow, turning to face you. The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think. Our caravan was attacked. I've been trying to get to Gildefield. Hard luck. I'm sorry to hear that. You'd be fine from here. There's no missing the veil if you keep on to the road. And you haven't far to walk. But you want to keep clear of the place after that. We are just attacked, north of here. Me and a friend of mine. We came out here to hunt some deer. Came up on a bear instead. Great, monstrous thing. And Pearly, he didn't make it. Shakes his head. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. Got mauled by a bear, I suppose. In any case, this forest already cost me a friend. I'm heading home because it takes everything else. If it takes anything else. Who are you? Name's Nonton. Born and raised in Gilded Vale. Haven't had a spot of luck since. His face twists. Luckier than Pearly, I suppose. Yep. Any case, this forest already cost me a friend. What happened to your friend? Well, he got mauled by a bear. Are you not hearing this, mate? We didn't see it coming. His voice shakes a little as he speaks. We were following a stag. Pearly, we saw something in the brambles, and we went tearing off after it. We all but stumbled into the cave. Poor Pearly didn't stand a chance. The bear was on top of him before we knew what was happening. Beasts will take what they will, I suppose. Smiles sadly. And this time, Glaverin's favour fell upon the bear. Where did you find this bear? In a cave. A ways up there. He turns and points to the northwest. I wouldn't seek it out if I was you. It was a great brute of a beast. What would hate to hear that it took on our life.
Nice and slow.
You cook it? The grass is still flattened behind the wagon's wheels. Barrels of cabbages, potatoes, and squash have been overturned and abandoned. Let's get out of here! Gilded Vale. So this is basically where I've ended up since I started, just to get used to all the combat and stuff. So, clickety clack. Let's attack. Good voices though. Well, this is great.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
Fancies at the now lifeless monstrosities of a tree next to him. Welcome everyone this way. Yeah, G level. The only answer you hear is the buzzing of flies on the tree.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
What are you talking about?
An infant born without a soul, of course. Lord Radric has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village. I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
Steps to the side and inclines his head ever so slightly towards the deformed tree.
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
Okay, I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a Bearwick. Is there someone in town that could help? You said something about Hollowborn and Widewind's legacy before? I forgot that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon Drywood, Deerwood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice to a whisper. Children born without souls. He shakes his head. Pitiful, dumb things that breathe barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are disease. Some say they are punishment from the gods. He raises his empty hands. In truth, no one knows, but they begin spreading after the Saints' War, and so the name Widewind's legacy stuck in honour of that foul, blasphemous pretender. His voice shakes with vitriol. I see. Lord Radric decrees that may seem strict at times, but he has our best interest at heart. He nods. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understand our rules. Yep, so we'll go for this Bearwick.
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric,
how lovely,
he saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all. But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Alright, so before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. He regards you carefully. You want to mind where you mention that. Trespassing on any within ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. Beref have mercy. We certainly have. Maybe so. I don't think so. Just as they finished, there was a Bearwick. Polishes his spectacles on his sleeve. If you'd been that close to a Bearwick, you wouldn't be standing here. Well, bro, here I am, you know.
Keep out of...
Hell.
Listen!
Listen!
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy.
3 bells?
It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
What do you mean? Came at us at a time of mourning, and legacy has stuck at the heart of the Gilded Fell. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of Berith must be redoubled. He sets a steady gaze on you. What happened? He shrugs one bony shoulder. I will know more details when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps, but that is not your concern. Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest. The inn, or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Coaxy, coaxy. Alright, yo. It's a pleasant place.
Yeah.
Tell me about Lord Radric. He comes from a line of nobles who have defended these lands since Adrian's times. Radric II was an early supporter of the Drywoodian independence during the Revolution, and current Lord's father perished in the Saints' War. Hollowborn began appearing in Drywood shortly after the war's end. Lord Radric has taken it upon himself to purge the curse from Gilded Fell. His measures have been severe but necessary. Unfortunately, it may not have been enough, if the bells were any indication. The Saints' War? Our age's most egregious example of man's madness. 15 years ago, the people of Redisiers decided that Wedoran, their living saint, was the literal incarnation of the god Eothas. Urgent winkles his pinched nose. This supposed saint took it upon himself to liberate the Drywood, supposedly from allegiances to less worthy gods, but I've never known an army to conquer a land for its people's own good. The war lasted about a year, but you can guess that year did to the worship of Eoras in Drywood. Lord Radric's forebears had all been Elophrians, but after his father fell defending us from those fanatics, he personally saw that the temple of Eoras here in the town was shut down. He points a few ruined walls near the tree. Okay. I'd like to know more about Gilded Fell. We're our frontier village, as are most settlements in Drywood. Gilded Fell hasn't grown much since its establishment in the colonial days, but the last 15 years have seen our population shrink further. It takes in the ramshackle houses and half-fallen fences, hence our recruitment of fish settlers. Why has the Gilded Fell population been shrinking? Waiden's legacy, of course. Many women have had difficulty bearing healthy children of late. A few years ago, Lord Radric's decreed that no mothers of Hollowborn are to be allowed in Gilded Fell. His mouth tightens into a firm line. His lordship dealt swiftly with the objectors. It may be harsh, but if it purges us of this curse, it is not worth it. Tell me about the ruins behind the tree. That's what's left of the temple of Eothas. His lips pucker. Lord Radric forbade. Why do I keep saying a different word for the different things every time? Why is that? Lord Radric. Lord Radric forbade the worship of the dead god after the Saints' War. It's been abandoned for almost 15 years, but there are plans to to Berath, the god of life and death. Okay. Okay.
Nice and slow.
Hey dear. I don't know. I could get him straight away.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Strange way to talk to the dead. Looking for anyone who can help me feel better. He gives an understanding nod as he takes a long drag from his pipe. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attention away, watching the village around him.
Keeping quiet.
I've got to go to the inn. Four people gathered by the door of the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hand for calm. His face is partially obscured by the hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
I treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
What's going on? One of the other men points at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused, mocking us, even while he shelters in our village. Just goes to show you what these fancy Adirian manners are worth. We don't take to that kind of treatment, not from foreigners, and especially not from Adirians. Dear, the woman looks you up and down, and that means you too. Don't push us.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
All right. That's look, that was pretty good. That.
I'll cut that barrel-looking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
We've nae quarrel. We've nae.
That's where you're wrong.
You're wrong. I'd like to go with diplomatic. But I am diplomatic. Yeah, because I'm diplomatic. Yep. We don't take orders from any blazing Adarians. Oh, hello. We don't take charity either. Oh, best. How was you? Well, folks, I didn't know I was getting my niece today. Jumped up behind me and scared me. So I'm just going to make this quick. We'll just get this follower and I'll do the rest as quickly as possible. So we don't take orders from blazing Erdwarians. We don't take a charity either. They squint at you through red, bleary eyes. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. Really? Alright. That was good. That was fast. Well, I didn't want to kill them, but yeah. I suppose. As the last of the attackers fall, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
I'm glad I could help, I suppose. He gives you a quick smile. Courtesy is a real pleasure in these parts, as is the company of a fellow countryman. He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of a fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many a month's travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and
I'm a wizard,
an
Harry.
adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire. and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I am grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was travelling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan ruins? Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
A bailiwick?
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
So what are you doing in Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife.
Same thing.
But I take it that's a familiar tale.
And you? Like you said, I'm also a settler. I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
That's great to know. Yeah, he nods to the tree. Yep. His darting glance takes in a tumble down buildings and a fallow rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. Just how did you manage to cross those drunks? Well, I think he said something about his sister.
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell the man to go fuck his sister. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what he says. No, I think I'll go again. You did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I've heard the same. I heard the same thing. Just for a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lip so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes and he shakes his head. As you speak more clearly next time, my apologies. You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
Certainly true. I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Lovely. Yep, so this is the first companion, Eloth. So do I. Let's go then.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Excellent. So what I'll do is I'll finish this all up, save it, and call it there.